Well, good morning and happy Sunday morning to you. Today, I'm up, it's well before the sun comes up this morning, trying to get chores done early. We got church this morning and then Thanksgiving later on today. I know Thanksgiving was actually last weekend, but everybody was working, so we're going to do it this weekend, which is fine. It's just another day. Somebody arbitrarily picked that day to give thanks, and honestly, you can give thanks every day. Speaking of giving thanks and blessings, well, more like curses. We haven't had a flat tire in like forever. Like, usually cursed with the ride-on equipment, you know, the lawnmower or the tiller. But yesterday when I pulled into the shop with the big tractor, I saw it sitting there and I'm like, is that tire low? Maybe it's just the way it's parked. I come in this morning and you can see, yeah, it's low. It never ends. Like, the curse is returned. We've been fine all summer long. I got all the feed mixed up for the critters, so I'm gonna go out and feed them. I also got 2 big jugs of water to take to the pigs. It's the one thing I hate about winter, is having to pack water to animals as opposed to just having a hose strung. But we also chose to live where the air hurts our face. So what do you do, right? Who do we have to blame but ourselves? So I'll get those guys fed, everybody watered, and then I'm gonna come back in the shop, fire up the air compressor and see if I can't pump this tire up and see where the leak is happening at. I'm hoping it's not on the sidewall. I'm hoping it's just in the main part of the tire and I can plug it. But yeah, I mean, that would be asking too much maybe. I don't know, we'll see. Well, that's the piggies fed. They come out for a couple quick bites and a slurp of water, and then they all headed back into the hut there. It's nice and cozy and warm, so I don't blame them. I think as soon as I'm done feeding the chickens here, I'm also gonna head back inside and fix up some eggs and maybe a bit of ham for breakfast. So I just came into the chicken house to feed the birds here. And you can see they're all roosted up above my head here. There was actually a plywood plank here that was about, I think it was 18 inches wide. It sits over top of the water and over top of the feeder, so they can't poop in the water or in the feeder. Somehow over the night they've done a bit of a circus act and they've got it knocked off. So now there's poop in the feeder. So later today after church, I think I'm gonna have to come back and get that thing screwed back on, because poop on your plate is never a good meal. Well, unfortunately, it's reached the temperature very quickly. Now, just 3-4 days ago, we weren't in this predicament, but here we are. Had to bring the waters in because they're frozen solid. Well, not frozen solid, but the tray on the bottom is frozen solid. And it's actually up on a platform. It sits up about 5 inches. You know, and that's on top of the deep bedding, but it's still cold enough in the coop that things are starting to freeze. So I'm gonna fill these up today just so they have water today, and then this evening, after everything is all said and done, I'm gonna have to bring in the heated water fountain, I guess. All right, so I'm back in the chicken house, and I turned the light on just so I could see in here. It's gonna get turned off right away. It's not because of heat or anything like that. Actually, that's a conversation I've been having over the last couple of weeks about why you shouldn't run a heat lamp in your chicken coop. And you can see this one is just set up, and we can turn it towards the nesting boxes on those really, really cold days. But for now, I just need light so that I can attach that plank up top here again to stop them from pooping in the feeder and in the water. Well, there you have it. Shelf's back up. No more pooping in the feeder. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that light turned off. I'm gonna go in the shop, get the air compressor fired up, try and find out where this leak is in the tire. Well, I might have found the culprit just down here. You can see the valve stem. It's a little bit wet, and when you wiggle it, it sprays. So I think that's the culprit there. So we'll have to get this thing to town and get the valve stem replaced. Well, I couldn't get the leak to stop, so I phoned Clayton and asked him, is it really worthwhile having a service truck come out, or should I take the back tire off the tractor and take it into town? And yeah, apparently the service truck can come out, he can do all the fixing, and I don't have to worry about taking the tire off. Probably a little bit more expensive to do it that way, but way less headache having a guy come out and look at it. So Sunday today, that's not gonna happen. So tomorrow we'll take care of that. So I just had to whip the tractor out and get it turned around and come back in, so the valve stem sits a little bit higher just where it's parked, so it doesn't leak out all over the floor, because I'm sure that calcium or whatever's in the tire probably isn't too good for the concrete of the shop floor. Anyways, it's supposed to be a day of rest. Sunday, for crying out loud. It's time to get back in the house. I see the lights are all turned on there now, so I'll go in and fix up some breakfast and maybe get a cup of tea. Well, it's been a good day. We've had a lovely day, we really have. we got to go for brunch with friends, and then shortly after go to see their son receive confirmation. So that was fantastic. And then spent the afternoon into the evening with family for our belated Thanksgiving celebration. So that was really great. We had deep fried a turkey and had some ham and all the trimmings and stuff. So that was really wonderful, as well as a couple of birthday celebrations in there too. So it was a really good day. So I'm just gonna get all the dogs fed and some food prep for tomorrow morning, and then I'm gonna go inside and have a cup of tea. I don't think I'll have too many snacks because I got a belly full, from a good day of celebrating. So just a cup of tea I'll do. Anyhow, for now, I'll let you go. I hope you have a fantastic evening. We'll see you tomorrow.